I do hope Mr. Crawford would leave and take his sister with him. I'm astonished! It's Mr. Crawford at the door! He's such a stalker! Welcome, Mr. Crawford. I will show you through. Oh no, it's Mr. Crawford. I'll go hide in the East Room all day if I have to. Here I go into the East Room. I'm so agitated and worried. Oh no, I can hear someone coming. I hope it's not Mr. Crawford. Oh, it's Sir Bertram.
My dear Fanny, I've come here to talk to you about a matter of importance.
Oh, why don't you have a fire in here, Fanny? I've never had one in here, Sir Bertram.
Fanny, I bring great news. Mr. Crawford wishes to marry you.
No!
Do I take it that you refuse, Mr. Crawford? Yes.
You refuse him? Yes.
Meanwhile... But it's such a good offer, how could you refuse? To refuse seems so ungrateful.
There, Fanny. We shall say no more, take a walk, and think about it.
I can't explain to Sir Bertram. I don't want to marry Mr. Crawford. I want to marry Edmund. We'll be so happy together. I won't mention this to your aunt. I will see you at dinner. Strengthen my mind, check my tears.
Oh, so kind of Sir Bertram. He lit a fire for me.
Oh, if I knew you were going for a walk, you could have gone to my house and run an errand for me. I was the one that suggested Fanny took a walk. Well, I'm off. I'll see you ladies later.
Come in. Miss, you're wanted downstairs. Surely it's me who's wanted.
No, it's definitely Miss Price. Bum bum bum! Fanny is left alone with Mr. Crawford.
Setting of the chapter. This chapter is set at Mansfield Park, mainly in the East Room, briefly in the garden, the dining room, and lastly in Sir Thomas's room. Cast of characters: Mr. Crawford, Sir Thomas Bertram, Miss Fanny Price, Mrs. Norris. Contrast: Sir Thomas is annoyed with Fanny, yet he still goes out of his way to make sure she has a fire lit every day from now on. It shows how much Sir Bertram has come to care for Fanny. This reminds me of that. It is odd to us today that cousins should be in love with each other, but years ago it was normal. It reminds me of Queen Victoria, who married her cousin Prince Albert. First quote: "His intentions were always what I did not like." Fanny says this in response to Sir Bertram when he cannot understand why she does not like Mr. Crawford's attentions. Fanny finds it hard to explain why she doesn't like Mr. Crawford, because it was partly Mr. Crawford's attentions to Sir Bertram's daughters that she didn't like, as well as the attentions towards herself. She could not fully explain because she was nervous, but also did not want to speak ill of Sir Bertram's daughter. Second quote: "I must be a brute indeed if I can be really ungrateful." Fanny says this when she finds that Sir Thomas has arranged for a fire to be set in her room, and each day from then on. She sees that despite the refusal of Miss Crawford, Sir Bertram has shown much kindness, the same kindness that he showed in taking her into his family. She now feels that she must be an awful person to return such kindness by refusing what Sir Bertram sees as a very good offer of marriage. This is a picture of Compton Verney. I have visited it many times, and Mansfield Park reminds me of it.